Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into the playbook of an e-commerce giant. We're going to break down exactly how Shopee not only survives, but actually thrives in the super competitive Malaysian market. I mean, seriously think about it. It's a question every business out there is asking. When you can buy pretty much anything from anywhere with just a few clicks, how do you possibly stand out from the crowd? What's the secret sauce? And believe me, nowhere is this more true than in Malaysia's e-commerce world. It is a packed arena, with all these major players fighting tooth and nail for the very same customers. So to really get our heads around how Shopee navigates this, we're going to use a classic strategy tool.
All right, let's get into it.
The framework we're using is called Porter's 5 Forces. It's an awesome way to map out all the competitive pressures that exist in any industry. Think of it like a strategic weather report for a business, It shows you where the storms are brewing and where you might find some clear skies. And this isn't just some stuffy academic model, it's a real-world blueprint for making smart decisions. And here they are in all their glory. You've got these 5 key forces: the threat of new companies, the power of buyers, the power of suppliers, the danger of substitutes, and of course, the rivalry between competitors. They're all pushing and pulling on a business all the time. Getting a handle on each one is absolutely crucial. So let's see how this all applies to Shopee. First up, let's talk about building a fortress. How hard is it really for a brand new company to just pop up and start challenging Shopee? This is what we call the threat of new entrants. So this is where it gets interesting. On one hand, the potential to make a lot of money in e-commerce is a huge magnet for new players. But on the other hand, Shopee has built some seriously high walls around its kingdom. So how do they do it? Well, check this out. It's basically a 3-part defense system. First, they have a powerful brand that's become a household name. Second, a massive base of millions of users who are already on the app. And third, this huge network of sellers. Any new company trying to get in the game has a massive mountain to climb to even begin to compete with that kind of scale. Okay, let's move on, because this all builds on itself. Every marketplace is kind of like a constant tug of war between the people buying stuff and the people selling it. So in Shopee's world, who's holding all the power? Well, on Shopee, there's no question. The customer is king. And why is that? It's because you, the buyer, have an insane amount of choice. If you don't like the price of something or the product itself, you can find a dozen other options in like 5 seconds. This little phrase from our source material really says it all: a plethora of alternatives. It just means you can switch to Lazada or go to a physical store or buy from another website in an instant. This high buyer power is what forces Shopee to be absolutely relentless about offering competitive prices and great service. But now, let's flip that coin over. The sellers on the platform, what we call the suppliers, they actually have pretty low power. And the reason for this is really at the heart of Shopee's whole business model. The magic word here is diversity. See, Shopee isn't depending on just a few big-name suppliers. It's created this massive, sprawling ecosystem with everyone from individual entrepreneurs just starting out to major global brands. And what that means is that no single seller can hold the platform hostage or dictate prices. So Shopee's built up its defenses. It's managing the power dynamics of its marketplace. But the threats, well, they never stop coming. So let's look at the last 2 forces: the direct rivals and the sneakier indirect substitutes. Honestly, saying it's intense might be an understatement. The e-commerce space in Malaysia is a total heavyweight fight. You've got these huge companies constantly trying to one-up each other with bigger flash sales, faster delivery, and all sorts of new perks. That puts constant, incredible pressure on Shopee. And just look at this lineup. I mean, these are not small-time players. Shopee is going head-to-head with local powerhouses and global giants. This intense rivalry is exactly what fuels so much of their constant innovation and their nonstop marketing. And it's not just about other online stores. A substitute is literally any other way a customer can get what they're looking for. That could be walking into a physical mall or buying directly from a brand's own website. The options are just everywhere. But this is where Shopee gets really clever. The response isn't just about dropping prices. They focus on building an entire experience. Features like Shopee Live and this little in-app games, they turn shopping from a chore into a form of entertainment. They create what you'd call stickiness, giving you a reason to open the app even when you're not planning to buy anything. And that is a powerful defense against substitutes. Okay, let's bring this all together. We've seen all 5 of these forces pushing and pulling on Shopee from different directions. So, when you look at the big picture, what does their overall game plan actually look like? This right here pretty much summarizes their entire game plan. It's a 4-part strategy that directly answers each one of those 5 forces. They build their defenses, they manage their marketplace, they go above and beyond for their customers, and they're always trying to out-innovate the competition. So, the main takeaway is this. Great business strategy isn't just random luck. It's a very deliberate, very thoughtful response to the world around you. By truly understanding these forces, Shopee can navigate that e-commerce battleground and just keep on growing. But, of course, the business world is always changing. So as you look at all this, I'll leave you with a question to chew on. Which one of these 5 forces do you think is going to be Shopee's biggest headache in the future? Is it going to be a new rival that comes out of nowhere? A big shift in what customers want? Or something else entirely? That right there is the never-ending puzzle of strategy.